Hi friends, let me brief you on a stock to trade for the next few days. Bharat Electronics. Bharat Electronics is making a lower low, lower high pattern which confirms it is in a downtrend. As you could see from the chart, Bharat Electronics is making a lower low and a lower high pattern. Most recently, the stock has made a big fall to the downside, found supports at around these levels and retraced back into a level of resistance. This is where the stock is currently trading at. Now let's look at the possible scenarios for us to take a trade. The first scenario is for the stock price to retrace from this level of resistance into this level of support. The second scenario is for the stock price to push above this level of resistance, make a retracement back into that level of resistance and push higher to the next level of resistance. These are the two likely scenarios to happen. Let's drop down to a lower time frame, that is a 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour chart, this is what we could see. From that level of resistance, Bharat Electronics is making a lower low closing, or has made a lower low closing. A lower low closing is a decent enough confirmation that we could go short on the stock. This is the lower low closing on Bharat Electronics. Now let's see where we can take our trades, where we can place our stop loss, and where we can take where we can place our profit targets. This is where we could take our trades. Our stop loss comes around these levels, slightly above the most recent high, and our first targets comes around these levels. Our second target comes around these levels. Now let's see how the trade pans out in the next few days. Now let's take a look at Aurobindo Pharma. Aurobindo Pharma is making a lower low, lower high pattern on the charts. As you could see here, it is making a lower low, lower high pattern on the charts. However, there is a counter trend opportunity developing in this counter. Let me show you how. This point right here, or this low right here, and this low right here is made with a divergence on the RSI. Once again, this low right here and this low right here is made with a divergence on the RSI. which means the sellers are losing interest in the stock and the buyers are finding interest in the stock at this price point. Ideally, what I would like to see is another retracement into this levels of support, with RSI still diverging, and from this support the stock price makes a higher high formation to push prices up into this levels of resistance for our first target. Ideally, what I would like to see is another push down into this level of support with RSI still diverging, and from this support a higher high formation gives us a good entry to go along on the share towards the next level of resistance.